So, like I said, um, holy moly, freaking bulldozer, cat cam, guys, cat cam. Just when I hit record for for us to start, um, being able to have the stuff for the YouTube content, we get a cat jumping on top of us. So, um, this is bulldozer. I don't know if you can see her. She right here. This is bulldozer. Um, my son picked her out from a rescue. Uh, I guess it was. We've had her for a couple months now. She's got some battle scars, some holes in her ears, but I mean, she is, she's such a wonderful cat. Um, and she goes to sleep with him every night, and she's a lover. She is an absolutely great cat. So, yeah, she's more than welcome in here. She actually has a chip taken out of her ear in one ear and a hole in the other one, so it's kind of funny. But anyway, to actually get into us looking at some objective analysis here going into these games. Um, you know, Going in this game, I mean, I really think we should be looking at in a world where Atlanta should be a heavy favorite, and I am also like to before things even fucking start here. I am happy that Atlanta has decided to fucking get on to this style of comp. Yeah, she is a fighter, man, for sure. Um, but I'm glad that they've decided to kind of adopt the APAC style of comp because genuinely I think she took the camera. Sure. Um, I think the comp is good. I think it's better than um I think it's better than the rush comp on a lot of maps. Any map that there's going to be high ground to abuse, things like that. I think it's going to be a lot better. Variation wise, um, personally, like I don't really like Sigma on this map. I know we talked about it a lot. Hey, Curie, what's up? Um, we talk about the Sigma a lot, and I guess on this map you can technically make like the zone control portion of the Sigma work. But at the end of the day, for me, it's like you need to be able to contest the high grounds a lot on this map, and both Zarya and I guess Zarya enables it more than Sigma does. Um, but at the end of the day, we're talking about Kai Edison on this side with um, like I really think DPS wise they should have a little bit of an advantage. And yeah, I saw a lot of people in chat were like kind of like what Pelican Brig. What I mean Pelican. If you guys don't remember, Pelican used to be um he used to be fucking really good at Brig. He's a good Brig player. So I actually I actually like the ability of them trying to get all three DPS players in because they're probably the three most talented players on their roster, right? So um who's that? McChicken, thank you for the follow. But yeah, I mean, just in the general sense, I mean, I kind of like both the comps to me are a little bit are they're good. They're in the right direction. I don't know what off tank I would necessarily favor. Personally, like I kind of like Diva personally, but on this map because there's so many high grounds and you need the mobility to be able to contest pretty much everything. But you should never like we ran comps like very similar to this on this map. Personally, actually, if we want to be like completely objective here on this map, I don't think teams should even run Brig. I think you should be running the Mercy. To be honest, like if you're running Zen Mercy and you just have your damage boosted Ash, like they can't run this tank line in my opinion because there's never gonna be enough pressure. They're gonna need to run something that could get in the back line. That goes for both these teams. So yeah. Fancy Pants. No, not really. I watched the games earlier, but didn't really watch them in detail. They were just kind of on my TV in the background. I think this game was on when I was cooking up some chicken thighs, and um, and then the other game was on the back. Yeah, I think I think that comp like Mercy Zen, Mercy Zen insert tanks here with this comp. That was last year's comp, right? Like that was a comp that like we really were the pioneers for, and I just think. that style of comp on, especially on maps like this where you have so many different high grounds, so many angles you could play. Like we used to, I want to see if wait till we get a better sight picture, um, but once we were actually able to get set up, okay, I'm sorry, Atlanta is kind of disjointed on their retake there a little bit. Timings were really off, but what we would do, I hate when they fucking just all do tracer play, fucking POVs. Which maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll download the replay viewer, dude. I don't know, fucking. We should, I think, eventually just download the replay viewer. Okay, that was a perfect picture. So we'll pause it right here in a second. Okay. So we used to have a bunch of different setups on this map where I'm running damn near the same comp. Um, uh, it actually might have been Ball Sigma at the time with the Mercy instead of Break. Where you could do a lot of different things. Where you could initially play with your sniper on the high ground. You could play with your sniper playing from back here towards a coast angle, coming in and playing to like bait teams to come in and try to push or try to dive you. And then you have like a decent bit of a decent bit of space and CC and pressure that you could survive with. Um, you could even like if you wanted to get risky, like you could even play like if this is the side that the attacking team is coming in from, you actually put your hit scan playing like close, so they have like that like fucking straight sight line, so that way like they have zero sight line if there's anybody who wants to take pressure or if there's anyone who wants to try to shoot them. There's a mercy pocketed hit scan over here with a fucking obviously with a good regression route, but anyone who wants to try to shoot them has to over peak, and then they get pressured from a lot of different angles. Zen in the back, who's probably playing up in like the window or something like that, and then everything in between. So, um, I think you know there's just so much value on this map for comps like this. But although I'm a Florida fan, hated Valiant be my team. I've enjoyed your stream the past few weeks. You're a cool guy. I hope you get picked up. Hey, Seth. Appreciate you, man. I've seen you in here a lot, man, and I really appreciate it. Um, I really do appreciate that. It means the world to me. Um, so I mean, this is kind of another. I don't know. One of the. I don't really like this setup from Atlanta. I guess is what I was gonna say. Is the like again, if you're playing like the non-pocketed Ash, you come to a world where Ash needs to do creative things to not fight in traditional sightlines, because like if he's standing on high ground, he takes a body shot or something or headshot, he's probably just dead because he doesn't have that like true pocket. But you're gonna see things like this and like these kind of awkward positionings from Ash players if we're talking like Briggs and support line. So, and that should be for both sides, unless they just have fucking huge fucking cocks, bro. Um, like he can't like you look at what Kai had to do there. Like he could not even do anything. Like he couldn't shoot at anyone because even though he was in a good position with the way they were rotating, he really got fucked in terms of like he took a dynamite a body shot and a dynamite, and then like was afraid to peek. So that's kind of one of the problems there. But what's up, Steak Man? I thought the games were this weekend. I mean, I think they're always like Thursday, Friday, aren't they? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I think the thing is, you have what would it be called? The playoffs this weekend, right? The May tournament playoffs or whatever, May Melee. Wicked Turtle, congratulations on the health update. They're good to see you. Today was just a 2. Yeah, yeah. I think they just needed to get like some of these teams that don't have all their games, that they were at like only 2 games played. They had to get some people played. So Friday through Sunday got scooted back one day because of Sunday's knockouts. Okay, yeah. So, which 6 teams do you think will make it in NA? We could go through that in a little bit, but there's no way they're rolling out on Soldier on this map, right? That cannot be true. They are running out on Soldier. I feel like if you're playing on this map, you better have a damn good strategy if you're trying to fucking use Soldier. And the strategy really can't just be fucking try to out-rotate them across the map. And I'll say this. Something I watched, an early preface for, what I was looking at in this game. Elivote got caught out a lot today. And I don't know if that was, necessarily his fault. We could delve a little bit deeper into that, but I don't think he played great today at all. He always seemed to be getting himself in overextended, even in this position right here. Again, right? Sigma is very much a zone control hero, so you don't want to you want to have just enough where they're we can't we need to pressure them, but it's also you can't it's a very thin line, right? You can't overstep those bounds, and if you do that, then you're gonna end up dying a lot. And I think, he lost mech a lot today when I saw him. I think he died a lot in general. So, is it common for former teammates or former coaches to still keep in contact? Yeah, if your relationship's good, that was a free kill on Olivo, and they still get the kill, but they beefed that because they booped him away. And you're running this fucking Soldier comp trying to out-rotate the Widow, and then, all they have to do is, hard pocket, Edison. If Edison gets an orb and pressure Suna, I like the Widow swap, but, you're Widow swapping into Kai, right? That's a tough one. I love you, Oni, but you're not Kai, And then, when you're playing this from the retake, it gets that much more difficult, I love Kai, man. He hurt his arm a few days prior to the match, so it might affect his play. Maybe it did, yeah. Philly U Chiha 10, thank you for the follow. I don't think I said anything there. Good teamwork there. Pretty much what they just need to be doing here from the Atlanta side is really just forcing the fights in these sightlines, right? Forcing fights in long sightlines. So as long as they're doing everything they can to this is good, 3-man stack, right? If Kai tries to use his grapple or this or that to get an aggressive peek, they're still gonna be a-okay, because he has the huge support here, huge pocket, and the other people should be trying to draw the fight into long range sightlines. So. He needs to change his name to Packing10 because this would have such a yeah. I think Atlanta here is also they're a little bit too stacked on the Widow, in my opinion. But I don't really like the Sigma being there. I would like if Sigma was able to take some pressure elsewhere, but it's also not the worst place for him to be, right? So it's not like I hate it. Good trance there. If he hit that shot, that'd been fucking insane, man. Who's that? Hef657. Thank you so much for the follow, homie. Yeah, Paris to me, they on this map especially, it was the same thing. They look so uncoordinated in everything they're trying to do. And like I said, Atlanta winning today, it's a great start for them. But also, starting off this slow, and even in this matchup, this is what I said. In these matchups, Atlanta's comp is just better, dude. It is just better. You can buy enough time on any map where you can buy enough time, you know, uh, uh, I mean, what do you do? Like, you just get you can't out rotate them unless you have like a specific rollout that you're gonna do, and try to catch them and gamble on the comp they're playing. But then like if they play mirror, you lose that mirror. Um, so it's like you're gonna take that kind of risk, and if if you don't, then you just get out rotated and you get killed long range. And like I said, again, they're not even running like the Mercy variant, which is like even more damage, and is better against like the true rush comps. So, um, you know, huge pulse bomb there. But I mean, like all they're gonna do is that like I mean these guys back here, Ash Zen, fucking, they're just free, dude. Like Edison really fucked up. Um, he should just went towards their spawn. But like they're just getting like they have to be so terrified to like walk into sightlines or try to take control because they're always gonna have low shield and are always gonna get out pressured, right? Again, another situation where Ellie gets caught out. I'm surprised you remember his victim. What do you mean? It's almost like the same matchup as a Spark and NYXL game. Um, Maybe. I think I don't know. Parrish just I don't think looks very good. Like like what is this? You know? There's one, two, three, four, five people in here. The Rhine is over here, right? The Rhine's over here. And they fucking diva bomb underneath where there's no one? Like, what's going on in the comms? Or is he trying to, like, shoot that alley? It just all doesn't make sense. Oh, okay. I got you, Sky. Got you. By the way, nice to see you, homie. Like to me, like, even with them playing Rush here, it's like, somebody, I think it might have been Curie, said they look good on Rush. Like, I don't even, like, even if like there's situations in these games where hey, you may be playing the comp that's like not as good, like on this map, like on my mind the APAC comp is better, but you're running rush on that map and you're not even coordinated, like not even coordinated. So if you're not doing that, then what are you even doing? Like you're just gonna get fucking smoked. So um yeah, I mean this map. I remember on Paris Attack from last time we watched them. I got a great laugh out of the fact that they did so many fucking Symmetra plays. They didn't have any other play except the Symmetra play. So I'm curious to see if they did anything other than a Symmetra play on Air Attack. So thoughts on? Are you watching Bust and Justice tonight? If there's time, if there's time. I don't want to. I don't want to. Like I said, midnight EST is like my cutoff time that I'm gonna try to like make sure I'm getting sleep and stuff. So, yeah, I want to make sure. Again, Ellie gets fucking caught on DMAC. Like, how does this happen? We need to. He dropped when he shouldn't have dropped. That's not it. Just getting poked out. What is he doing? What is he doing? Yo, what's up, Stin? Welcome. But yeah, we need to download the replay viewer. All right, we'll start doing replay viewer stuff tomorrow, and then what we'll do is we'll just get some non DMCA music and just play it in the background, and so we could have some kind of talk going on in the back, I do like the Hanzo on this map on the attack. The thing with the Ellie stuff, I think Turtle, you said it was that he did say like his hand was hurt and like he he wasn't able to play recently. But the problem with that is for me, it's not like it's like him being like mechanically bad at the game for why he's dying. It's like him making terrible decisions is why he's dying. And maybe that goes hand in hand together. Maybe it does. But yeah, I mean, this is just a fucking bloodbath, man. Fucking they've got point pressure, tanks are, yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, Kai's still not smiling, dude. That was a really good attack. I mean, but again, like it's 2CP, right? So the fact that they lose their diva, they donate all that ult charge for free, and then they don't do anything, right? Like what are they doing? They don't have diva, and they're 5v6 off the start. Default sexy, thanks for follow, homie. They're 5v6 off the start. What are you gonna do? Oh, here's another sim strat. Okay. I mean, dude, who would have thought? Who in their right mind? Who in their right mind would have thought that Atlanta would play fucking close when you played this same map? You played the same map last week, and it was like 6-6 or 8-8 or some shit like that. And every single time, you ran a Symmetra and you tried to teleport from the same spot. Who the fuck would have thought that the other team, they would have watched that game, man, and they'd been like, fuck, this team's gonna run Sim. And they're going to TP. And they're going to do the same fucking thing they did every other round because they don't have a secondary attack. They don't have a tertiary attack. They just have one fucking attack. That's it. That's all they have. And then it's like, what sequence of events are we having where Neptuno is the one who dies? Like, how did he die? Let's evaluate how this man died. How does man die? There he is. Okay, where is he? Whoa, what? Dude! What is he doing? Was he trying to boop the Rhine with the reduced knockback and then ran literally 1v5 and 1v6 into their team? Bro. Again. Listen. I'm not a coach for the Paris Eternal, but I'll give you some fucking free advice. If you're going to use a fucking Symmetra, and you're going to go to the Symmetra strat for the 5th time in a row that you're doing this, your first attack is going to be the most powerful one you have, and you need to be more creative than fucking having your Lucio fucking try to boop them away so you could TP in and then sacking his life for it. Like you got to be more creative in this. They're doing the same TP to the same spot, the same stuff. I hate that stuff, man. I hate it. Like,
they recognize that they don't want to let them put the TP down. There's two options when you're running the sim. You either fight them onto the point once they've all TP through, or you fight them early as they're getting ready to TP. And they're both moments of weakness, and Atlanta Reign have chosen to fight directly at this choke point. It's paid off. They haven't lost anybody, and it's really just staved off the Paris Eternal.
But anyway, that was my.
Okay, they're gonna go straight up onto the high ground to try and take out Massa, but he recognizes it. He backs off, and they've caught out.
Like that was a more unique, more creative, more decisive decision of how to use the TP. Maybe they didn't think about going that wall. Maybe wall speed boost from jumping off. Other than that, I don't know why. I mean, it looked in my mind. What it looked like was he was trying to like they understand teams will probably play close, and he's gonna try to boop them, at the choke off of this, like try to boop them and then land in a TP. But if he does that and he boops them there, then they'd be fine. Yes, fast. Thanks for the follow, homie. What did Atlanta do here in response to this? Because they had to know it was coming because they were allowing them to take this positioning, right?
This time a bit more respect
So
is being shown. Atlanta Rain not
Atlanta Rain has
quick off the mark. You can see a lot of ultimates being committed.
Atlanta Rain had really one. Hawk doesn't have a mech.
So they want to be
He doesn't have a mech.
capitalizing on the ult.
Even so, without Hawk having mech, you have one real decision in this fight, in my mind. You're coming up on your own window. You're coming up on your May ult and your beat. You know you're way ahead of them on beat. You should know that you're pretty close on the remaining ults. Maybe besides Diva Bomb. Maybe Diva Bomb's kind of close now because they got demeched. But um, as soon as they TP up here, they should be fucking speeding. Masa shouldn't even be over here, right? Like he shouldn't be the one scouting. And I get that he kind of ends up being the one who gets caught in the um caught in the area of like, oh, I probably need to be the one scouting. Uh, but at the end of the day, and that's because the Diva doesn't have mech, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because they have Sim TP. So like you probably could get away with playing this corner here or playing up here. Probably this corner over here is still fine. Like they are playing as a team over there. And then as soon as they TP up here, you're speed boosting to point, right? You speed boost to point, and you try to fight off your May ult. And if they want to May ult, cool. Like you could trade May ults. You could advantageously use like the stairs as like your window area, things like that. Um, that could be pretty good.
Not quick off the mark. You can see a lot
But
of
they end up like this is really bad from Atlanta. I don't think by any means. I don't think this is good from Paris. I mean they're forcing the fight and they're keeping their hit scan and BAP. Well I guess it's not even a hit scan. It's a fucking Symmetra. So this really isn't good. Um, but these guys just split so much because of
ultimates
a,
being committed. And
a
it looks
poor
like Atlanta
plan
Rain
before things even start.
Matrix has laid
You
them
know.
in a bad position. And the Paris Eternal
But anyway, we'll speed it up.
be able to cap this up. Yeah,
Paris caps the point.
people can really try and even contest.
Good for them.
So great engage there by the Paris Eternal. I'm a little bit curious. I don't know if you can
They
explain
get a lot of time for it as well, which is pretty fucking cool because
always play hard and fast into the TPs before they can get them off. And that's
who would have expected that,
yeah, I'm not exactly sure there. It seemed like Atlanta wanted to,
And now they have an ult advantage going in there as well, so it's like
opportunity just wasn't there. What
I
I'm
don't know.
also interested to know is anything
Khan's a great talent.
Matrix, that seems like it's a one fight for the Paris Eternal. They've got Carnival, and there comes Dawn around
Wait,
the side. They
what happened here?
high ground with an Amp Matrix. That seems like it's a one.
So they I like this. Okay, I like this. This is fucking creative. And this is in my mind, okay? Like I said, when you're using Symmetra, even on first point, right? Like their first point, the problem I had with them running Symmetra at all four times, and the last time they played it, and then again today, was that they did the same thing over and over and over again. Like if you're using the Symmetra, it opens up avenues like this, right? Like you did this last week on this map. You TP'd high ground, and then you forced them to point. Uh, although they didn't see the Rhine, so like that's also something to be concerned about. But the timing is really good. They do a great job. This is a fucking sick play by Paris, and I absolutely love it. And this is a creative way to use Symmetra. It's a great way to do this and open this fucking point, and it should win them the objective. Like, unbelievable. Like I mean, it was great. Like, what else can you say about that? Then that is the most coordinated thing I've seen Paris do this entire year, 3 games in. And they need to do more of that. Like, they need to do more of that.
Gonna work once, but when it does, the Paris Eternal and Bren, that has got the time. Here's our IBM replay as well. Look at that. They expect everybody to be teleporting up to the left-hand side. It's a classic move for Paris. And it's
That's great. I mean, if only they keep it up. The problem is that's not team play, right? That's like a set play that you have that you're like, hey, listen, we could do it once, it'll work once, and then that's it, right? then teams are gonna know. So it's like
It's a competitive game that we've got here. Still, the time
their
is
problem is
down, but both these
look at what Kai said in chat after.
impossible. And Bren, what a that was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah.
These teams for second, and they've actually.
Um.
This is the interesting part of the assault game.
Like I said, at the end of the day, what what they need to do is they really need to improve on their like team coordination and like the just the fundamentals of the game. I mean, I don't think a lot of the players on this roster, I don't think just are like mechanically are going to win them a lot of games. Uh,
Okay, TP
but
straight to point. I wonder if everybody got through there. Yeah, so did I.
but
Commit to it. They've got the
in the
turret
same
stopping
respect,
them from pushing right through this main checkpoint.
you never know how many games you could really win until
Eventually gonna push through.
you
Now
actually
is up, and then they
develop that team play and have like really good synergy because that really matters in this game.
Pelican may have
Um,
crossed the line of sight.
Mechanics are really important, but better teams with better players can lose to teams with better team play in this game. So
Only one player remaining. Elevote might be able to get out. Yes.
kind of random jumping cost him the push. I didn't see what happened here. So they TP to point.
I believe the ice wall of Pelican may have cut off the line of sight of the immortality field.
Where did fucking Khan die, dude?
They allowed the Atlanta Rain, I think, to really cut off a lot here. And
I mean,
only one player remaining. Elevote might be able to get out. Yes, does indeed.
Atlanta just
And Naga's wall was just a little too late there. The idea being that if
Atlanta just played well around their hitscan player, right? He was always chased outside.
by the Symmetra, and then once they fully
Yeah.
got to the point, Naga's wall
Gotcha,
was
Fitchel.
right behind
Um,
them. And instead, Paris went
it's funny though because Atlanta just
to execute in on demand.
they just deathballed in that fight and it was pretty good. This is where the symmetric stuff comes to problem. I would assume they probably don't have attack. Now okay. So we learned and we evolved, right? Last time we're Atlanta. We're thinking we're Atlanta. All right, last time we played in front. We're a little bit spread. What happened? They TP'd above us. We ended up getting fucking really split. Now what do? All right, we're close to Mail. We have our window. Let's fucking, let's play passively. We could let them TP up there. We could play for point, and we could go from there. I like this approach way better. And now, boom, like I said, hey, we're learning. We're fucking artificial intelligence. We're learning out here, okay? G Brady and Bew Rocks. Thank you for the follows, guys. Do you think Mayhem are good as a team or not proving it at the season? I think you need to see more out of pretty much every team. I think you need to see more out of. But I do think that that they look good. They're one of the teams that I think is a good team in NA. So to me with them, it's like can OG and Slime give a lot of value to that team? And if OG plays really well, then yeah, I think they will. But anyway, back to the game at hand. This is what they want to do, right? This is great. We like this. Waste their time, force them down there. We're close to ults. They drop. We get to dictate when we engage. We get to dictate what happens. And this should be the last fight, and we call it a day, right? God, dude, my fucking nose is like so itchy. Thoughts on fixed maps per match? Paris got lucky in having to play Atlanta on Hanamura. Dude, it's been that way for fucking 3 years now, since the start of Overwatch League. You get your map pool. You get your map pool fucking months in advance. And your schedule with like what teams you're playing on, what maps and shit. Tanner, thank you for the follow. So like, again, this is just me speaking here, but they didn't play like this isn't even up that like that issue is like it's not even an issue of Paris had to play Atlanta Reign the day after they played whoever the hell they played, because there were many times in my coaching career, especially in season 2, where we had like back to back games. There were some weeks in Overwatch League where you would play Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. You would have a 3-match week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Sunday. And you would play the same maps against all those teams. Maybe not exactly the same, but you might have like Busan as first map in two of those, and then Ilios in one of them, and then you might have Kings Row in two, and then Hollywood in one, and then the same 2CP across the board, and then like Dorado versus one, and a different one versus the other two, and you have to be creative enough to go. We cannot do the same fucking thing every time and win. Um, Tanner, thank you for the follow, by the way. But you can't do the same fucking thing to win. And that's the thing why like I get so irked about how Paris plays 2CP, because on their attacks, when they're doing the fucking Symmetra stuff, like it's not like they had a week. They had over a week, if not a week. Um to change their strategy, even if they wanted to run the same composition, but to change the strategy as to what they wanted to do. Um, and like on 2CP, the first fight is so important. So like you have to be able to adapt, you have to be able to change those things, and you have to be willing to change those things. Um,
Elevote's already scouted the fact that Kai is playing the Hanzo, and Elevote's trying to shut him down, but they're freezing up Elevote.
Elivote got DMAC'd again, dude. Elivote died both times on this defense in the first fucking 5 seconds of the game, doing the same fucking shit. Like, again, that's not a fucking wrist issue problem. That's a decision making problem. Like, if it's happening like that in a match, I'm sure it happens like that in practice too. I am sure it happens like that in practice, because you don't fucking lose people like that. Like, you don't lose people like that for no reason. Like, that stuff's so frustrating, man. So fucking frustrating. Because I know Ellie, and I know he's a better player than that. Um, obviously I coached him a while ago with Hammers with Angry Titans. Uh, Ski, thank you for the follow, homie. Appreciate you. Um, but I know personally, he is not the type of player to make that kind of mistake multiple times. Maybe he'd make it once and he learned from it. But if that happens multiple times in a match, like in one match, one set of games, one map, like, just tough. Like that's not who he is. Anyway.
Atlanta are not going to be going with any kind of Hanzo play, right? It's just May McCree on both sides. It's a mirror play. Paris should be anticipating this. Elevote has already gone up in the air, used his booster packs to be able to scout this, and Paris know what they're dealing with here. But they are
I'm sure Atlanta's gonna do the same thing. Fake Ryko left, right? Yeah. And then how do they play this? Are they gonna get aggressive here, or they should have wall up here in like a second or two, and that should be their go window, right? Wait. We got a flank. We got a flank. Oh my god, Kai, you're so fucking dead. Oh my god. They sniffed it. They sniffed it out, dude. They sniffed it out. It's funny. If you're really disappointed in how your players played, how do you approach them after? Talk to them directly, like a fucking man. Like, I would say, hey, listen, dude. Like, listen, dude. Like, what's going on? You've been doing well, or you haven't been doing well. There's these issues. Like, what do we need to do? Like, what's going on? Is it a personal issue? Is it like a motivation thing? Is it is it what is it? Let's start with that, and then we sit down. We start with that, and then we figure out what we need to do to improve it. That's generally what my approach always was. I don't like beating around the bush, because at the end of the day, why would I not be direct when that's what I want my players to be with me, right? If I want them to be able to tell me what's wrong, I have to be able to say, like, I have to be able to be open enough to be like, hey, what's wrong? Like, I'm taking the first step here to be like, like, let's figure this out. And a lot of the times, I'll tell you, a lot of the time, it's, it's not like oh that they hate the game or this or that. It's like that they're like like a little bit depressed or something's going on or they're sad or whatever it is. They feel like they haven't been playing up to their standards and then they get in a little bit of a rut. Could be a ton of different things, but you know, uh, Oni gets Kai on the flank though. It doesn't matter, but I mean, it's important for you to be able to have those conversations, and just
Yeah, sure. See if you can win the mental game. But at the end of the day, the Atlanta Reign have been able to secure
and just talk to people like grown-ups, you know.
as well is extremely good for them. And it only costs
Because if you set those expectations,
with that big
then they'll know what those expectations are.
Now Paris
You know what I mean?
but they do have to drop at some point here.
Good advice for life in general. I mean,
Anticipating that and using something like
yeah, yeah, I would say so.
for that short period of time.
Anyway, I don't understand. Paris just has this fundamental like philosophy of like having Ellie vote just chilling on his own.
But he must not get caught.
I don't know how true that is for other teams. In this situation, like it's not bad because he's like in LOS and stuff, but
There's the main wall.
Now the engagement. Darn dropping down. The Earth Shatter connects. The shield was not being held. The charge. Comboing into the Deadeye.
run Kai run.
Them right in their tracks here. The Paris Eternal
Okay, that was interesting.
card here.
Don with good play.
Massive bonus for them.
Thoughts on a coach v coach showdown? What do you mean?
Naga's wall there was crucial because it stopped
What do you mean?
Peter from being
I read a comment where Soon was watching Boston play and was like, Laurie's gonna be pissed at all the mistakes. I mean,
what was going on and where everybody was positioned in the fight.
the thing is, in this game,
Decent ultimates to be able to work with here.
it is very much about fundamentally being a good team, and it's okay to be mad at mistakes. Like it is very okay to be mad at mistakes, but it also depends on the situation, right? Like there's a lot of different reasons for mistakes to happen, and sometimes the coaches are the reason those things happen. If a team consistently cannot perform, um, one of the factors of why that is because it's a fucking coach problem. Like you're not doing your job in the right way, and sometimes you need to change your approach. Doesn't mean that person's a bad coach. You could lose games and still be a good coach, but you need to be able to figure out why you're losing, what those problems are, and how to fix them. Um,
Cut them off. So Atlanta just commit fully underneath and use their sound barrier. Here we go again. Paris contesting high ground.
but I mean, hey, listen, there's videos of me at half times, dude. There's some some videos of me at half times that I'm really fucking giving it to people. Because at the end of the day, right, the standard is the standard, and if our standard is to be perfect, or to be as close to perfect as we could be, and that's not happening, whew, fucking, I'm not happy. Not a happy camper. Feel bad for teams like Boston. That significantly improved their roster, but will still be in low half because only 16 games. Every team has improved even more. I mean, the thing is, Dragonair, you decide, like, not only do you decide who is on your roster, but you also understand, you also are the ones who decide how you use those players, right? I said this early in the year. I said this in my analysis of the league in general. When you bring in 3 players from a WGS team that have people who have very limited hero pools, yes, Boston's roster is better than it was last year, but that just because the roster is better doesn't mean it's good. Like you have to think about how low that bar was last year with Boston. You have to think about how low that bar was, and if that bar is really fucking low, like it was last year, like barely winning a game, kind of low, then hey, man, like it doesn't matter if you improve 50% off of being dog shit. Like maybe you're just bad. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that's the exact case for them, but I just don't see it with that team. A tourney or show match where teams are made up of coaches or general managers as well. I don't know. I mean, people don't really People don't really like coaches, man. You know, like if you look at you know, if you look at everything from just like social media presence and things like that, and viewership and all those things, people, there's very few coaches that people like want to hear from, or general managers or anything like that. So, uh, I mean, I think it'd be fun if they did that. Like, it'd be a cool thing for the staff, but nobody gives a fuck about coaches, dude. Like, a very uncoordinated push here from Atlanta. Uh, I don't think Atlanta understands. Okay, I'm going to talk about this really quick. And maybe they're just kind of. You're just scared of Kuki going Dicko mode and dominating, dude. Um, dude, Kuki would be on my team. You know, if I was, well, I wouldn't even be in it. I wouldn't even be in it, so I couldn't be in it. But if I was in it, dude, first pick, 100% Kuki, dude. Kuki would be the one. He'd be the one. But I think what I was gonna say is I think something I've noticed from this map in general, and I don't know how much it's been talked about with um with Atlanta, is just like you know the ebb and flow of where you want the cart to be when you're fighting, and where it's like advantageous for you to like fight off the cart, where it's advantageous for you to have the cart like on this map. Like, do they want to fight where that cart was there, or would it be important if they like didn't push it as far and try to bait a fight a little bit earlier, or if they wanted to try to like force a push and like play like really aggressive and like fight here. um you know I think a reoccurring factor from the last couple times I watched them play um, was really the um, inability for them on both offense and defense to dictate where those fights happen around the objective, and understanding like where the best places for those engagements will be based off of that, if that makes sense. I enjoyed DP versus Packing Exhibition on the Echo Mat. Dude, that fucking Glads team, listen, they fucking cheated in that event. They cheated. They didn't fucking obey the rules on their King's Row attack. They did not obey the rules. They cheated. They should have been disqualified. We should have fucking won. What do you think about Gator and Hawk? I thought they were bottom 5 tank line last year. They're good at. I mean, they're good at what they do. Like Gator, I think is a good Rhine and a good Arista. Like he's a very good Arista player. Do you want him to play Winston? No, 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 no. If you could play ball, you play ball, right? Like you don't want him to play Winston. Like that would be a hero that I would be very much trying to avoid. If I were them, I'd be trying to play Rhine comps. I'd be trying to play long range hit scan Arista comps. I'd be trying to play like ball comps if we need to run anything fast, stuff like that. Hawk, I think Hawk's really talented. It seems like he's a very emotional player, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. If they could hone in Hawk's skill, if they could hone that in, I think they'd have I think they would not be, like a bottom, quote unquote, bottom 5 tank line or whatever. I want you to know your top 3 coaches because how well Valiant did last year and how low expectations and resources. I appreciate that, man. We just try to win some games, That's all we did. Yeah, I don't see why they just signed a player for Winston Meta. I mean, I don't know. You don't know, you don't know what the belief of like the coaching staff that's there is. Like, if they think like he'll be a better Winston or he's a good Winston or whatever, you don't know. People have like very varying opinions on players. So, Miss Pogba, dude, I don't know about that. Not a big Pogba guy here. Yeah, I mean, Hawk's been that way since he was in Atlanta Academy, right? Like he'll either be insane or he'll be awful because you know he uh he rides the highs and they're really high and he rides the lows and they're really low.
Surely they're going to take him down here before he remakes as well. Oh, yeah, just about. Well played by Hawk. And how long can they tick off the clock here with this spawn camp?
Yeah, it could be massive for them. Parasite are
Clearly want
into the
to
spawn.
lean roster every 6 players running on the bench last year. Yeah, I mean, when you go for a 12-man roster and it doesn't work, that is a big, big, big monetary investment. You know what I mean? It's a big monetary investment for it to not work. I like what Atlanta's doing though, dude. They fucking set up that spawn camp. They're ready. Let's get in here. Let's fucking pull them out and fucking just be like, hey, listen, we're better than you. This reminds me a lot of the Atlanta that could win games last year. And doing something they're good with. Like, I like it. Oh, yo, what's up, Ish? How you doing? How you doing, homie? Gator's so dead, right? A better team kills Gator, dude. 100% a better team kills Gator. Why is Erster on Dragons, but LeBron doesn't have a team? I think Erster is good. I think he's actually really good. I just think that I think that what Atlanta did with him last year, or whatever happened with Atlanta, was just like motivation killer for him. I don't know what happened. I really don't. But if I did, I'd love to tell you. But I just feel like that was a motivation killer for him, and Hey, Crest hit him with the 14-day contract for double flex. That's funny. I think Erster pops to Tracer. We can't see him ever playing Tracer over Fleta. I mean, Erster used to be like fucking hard flex, right? So we'll see. The aggressive, liberal overlaps with Fleta, yeah. I mean, Fleta's a monster, bro. Like you don't want to take that guy out if you don't have to, right? So what happens here? Wait, fucking. How do they get through here? Who?
Fighting immediately. You can see the wall being used. Playing around the corner. He's trying to catch on. He doesn't quite get him. Now by
Why did you guys see where Iris was? Did you guys see? They lose Hawk and Iris, who are just fucking troll feeding, dude. You know what I mean? Look at this. Hawk tries to diva bomb into their team, and like gets shot landing on top of their team, and then Iris jumps up onto that platform to shoot them. Maybe troll. I don't know if they're laughing and giggling and having a good time. They really haven't showed any of those cameras, so. But that was this is not great. I do like how they're trying to find a way for Pelican to be on every map. Like it seems like they're trying to find a way for Pelican and Kai to be on every map. Like, to be honest, and that's probably for the best for them, regardless of what role it's on. So let's see what, in terms of like the fighting around the cart stuff. Let's see what Atlanta does here. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't hate where they're fighting. So that's not too bad. the issue is they were so disjointed. Thoughts on Dallas' performance so far? I mean, they've been doing better than what I thought they were gonna do. Um, I think they're gonna be a good team, but in this meta, without being able to play a hit scan player, I think they're doing a pretty good job. So I think they're doing a pretty good job.
Deadeye from on the high ground here. Onigon's looking for opportunities, but not finding them. South the shrugged as well, pushing the positioning away, buying off this precious time. The Paris Eternal desperate to take it, but Dan falls. Josh.
I don't know if it's doable anymore for the Paris Eternal. 10 seconds left. Neptuno's the only player in a position to touch. Look at him up there. They found him.
Murdered.
They isolated him, and even this scrappy attempt at a recontest is not.
All right. I mean, listen. Overall thoughts, I guess, from this match
And the Atlanta Reign for their first
are just
themselves in contention for the knockouts of the main melee.
Atlanta looked. I mean, hey, listen. They beat a bad team.
As you said, Josh, it keeps them in contention for the knockouts. At the end of the
You know, good for them. They beat a bad team.
obviously, as we
But you need to see more. We'll see. I don't know what it looks like. Let's take a look really quick with the shock schedule. They play shock tomorrow. They play shock on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's their big test. So they get what, like 3 days of practice? Friday, Saturday, or wait, 2 days. Thursday, Friday, or Friday, Saturday. Sorry. So you get 2 days more of practice. I like what Sideshow says. They're a perfect gatekeeping team. Beat the bad and lose to the good. I mean, I think it's one of those cases where they have a lot of potential to be like a good team, right? And to like actually win. Like win more games than they do, but you know, unfortunately, it is what it is. What else we got? Tomorrow is Boston, London. Maybe Boston picks up their first win, right? Then we have San Fran and Florida, Toronto and Washington. This will be an interesting game. That'll be an interesting game for sure. And then Florida, Paris, London, Toronto, and then San Fran, Atlanta. So it'll be interesting. I think Shock probably will. I mean, if they improved on what on what I think they needed to improve on, I think they have the opportunity to be like a 3-1 against Florida. To be honest, just my opinion.